All right, everybody, welcome to the Ryan Rush Show. This is where we talk about real estate, personal growth, entrepreneurship, stock market, all of that kind of stuff. And today what we're going to be talking about is, I think, the number one thing that holds back entrepreneurs, and that is how to overcome the fear of failure or just the fear of being an entrepreneur in general and kind of branching out from everybody else. Because quite frankly, to be an entrepreneur, you kind of have to be like kind of crazy. Because you're going against the grain of everybody. Everyone's saying go to school. Everyone's saying have a 9-to-5, have job security, do this, do that. Being an entrepreneur, you will learn that everybody is just going to tell you what to do. And the reason why you're being an entrepreneur is because you don't want to work under somebody. You don't want somebody telling you what to do. And a lot of people get scared and they become fearful, and they become fearful of failing because they don't want to have all those naysayers or all those people who are telling them what they should be doing. They don't want those people to be right. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's your life, and you got to do what you want and what's going to make you happy and what's going to make you feel fulfilled, and not what your mom or your sister or your grandma or what your buddies or friends are telling you to do, or even what your teachers are telling you to do. You just got to have tunnel vision and do what you want to do. Sorry, I just burped right there, but let's just get started. Let's just talk about fear, because that's mainly what I want to talk about in this video is fear. Because a lot of people are just scared to take that first step. I graduated high school when I was 18 in May, and I decided that I wanted to live in LA. So I worked my ass off that entire summer, and I moved out to LA in August of that same year that I graduated. And I just had my dad drive out here with me, had all my stuff packed in his SUV. We drove out here. He pretty much dropped me off. He stayed a few days to make sure I got settled, and he left, and that was it. I've been here for 1.5 years now. Best decision I've ever made, and one of the hardest decisions I've ever made, and the biggest sacrifice I think I had ever made. I have zero family here. I, at the time, had no friends here. I knew nobody. It was in a big city. I come from a small country town in Illinois called DeKalb. You can Google it. A population of 47,000 people. And it was just the best decision I ever made, but I was scared. And if I would have let that fear overcome me and I would have just stayed, then, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. But you have to take that first step. If you're scared or if you're fearful of failing, you're going into the right direction, because you're getting out of your comfort zone. And once you're getting out of your comfort zone, you're opening new doors that would have never presented themselves if you never took that initiative. And what entrepreneurs need to learn is how to fail forward. A lot of people fail and they're like, screw it. You know what? I'm done. I'm going back to what I know. And you can't do that as an entrepreneur. You can't. That is the biggest no-no ever. You have to fail forward. And what that means is, you fail, you learn. And because you learned, now you take that next step and you do it again. And if you fail again, you're failing forward, because you're going to learn and you're going to try it again. Just tweak it a little bit. You just keep tweaking, keep tinkering with it. And one day, boom, you're going to get it. And it's just going to be, you're just going to have that motivation, and you're just going to go. And that's one of the best feelings ever. But basically this video is how to overcome fear. You know what? My parents told me LA is so expensive. There's no way you're going to be able to move out there. They literally kind of brushed me off when I started saying that. Towards the end of my senior year, I was telling my parents, I'm like, yeah, you guys, I'm going to move out to LA once I graduate. And they're like, okay. And in the back of their head, they're like, no, you're not. There's no way. And you know what? That gave me drive. That really motivated me. And for those of you who personally know me, if someone tells me I can't do something, or if someone like makes fun of me or doesn't take me seriously, I'm going to prove you wrong. And I proved a lot of people wrong moving out to LA. And I will still say right now, the best decision I've ever made my entire life. It sucked at first when I didn't know anybody. I got lonely. I kind of was like, man, did I make the right decision? Like, But you know what? You got to push through it, and you got to overcome. You got to persevere. And you really learn a lot about your own character when you put yourself through stuff like that as an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, you really, really learn who you are. And you need to read yourself, and you need to you find out what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and you just got to tweak those things. And the whole how to overcome fear, the number one reason why people fear failing is because of what other people are going to think of them. So first thing you got to do is I'm going to have to bleep this out because it'll get demonetized, but you need to stop giving a what other people think. Seriously, stop giving a what other people think. The second that you stop caring what other people think, you're gonna go into what I like to call God mode, where you just you're gonna try everything that you possibly can to get to where you want to be, and you're gonna do whatever it takes, and you're not gonna think twice about it, because you're not gonna care what your neighbor thinks, or what your parents think, or what your friends are gonna think, or what random people that you don't even know on social media are gonna think. You're just gonna do you, and you're gonna put your 100% in, and you're gonna have that tunnel vision, and you're gonna go. And that is when you really get into this God mode, where you start killing it. You just start going, you're making money, you're making moves, you're getting closer to your goal. And yeah, I mean, that's a major one right there, is stop caring what other people think of you or your actions. And another huge one is believing in yourself. How are you gonna achieve anything if you don't believe in yourself, guys? I am huge on manifestation. Jim Carrey is one of my absolute favorite actors, and what he did is he literally wrote himself a check for $1 million and put it in his wallet and put a date on it. And he was like, I know that when this day comes, I think it was 3 years out. He wrote a check for himself 3 years out, and he's like, I know when this day comes, I will have $10 million. He wrote the check for himself for $10 million. And I think 2 or 3 weeks before that day, he signed a $10 million contract for Dumb and Dumber, because he truly believed in himself. For 3 years straight, he absolutely grinded. He absolutely did what he needed to do. He manifested what he needed to do, and he worked his ass off, and he made it happen. And if Jim Carrey can do that, so can you, so can I, so can your brother, so can your sister, so can your friends. But your number one enemy is yourself. If you tell yourself you can't do something, you're not going to be able to do it. Point blank, period. There's nothing else to say. You need to believe in yourself. You need to be your number one supporter, because without you, no one else is going to believe in you. If you don't believe in yourself, how are you going to expect other people to believe in your project, your company, your ambitions, your goals? It's just not going to happen. You need to believe in yourself. So guys, I know you're watching this video because you want to get better. You have a business you want to start. You got dreams you want to get after. And a lot of you haven't started yet because you're waiting for that perfect moment, because you're thinking that the conditions aren't right yet. I don't know. If you want to start jogging, I'm just going to use this analogy as a business or something. You want to go out for a jog today. Oh, it's too windy. Oh, it's raining today. Oh, it's too cold. That you're never going to get anywhere thinking like that. You're never going to get anywhere with that mindset. And so what I would tell you is that you're watching this, right? If you're watching this, you want to get better. And the reason why you're watching this is because you're trying to gather information on how to better yourself so you can apply it to your life, so you can get to that next level. You can level up. Well, this is what you need to do right here. is you need to realize that the conditions will never, ever, ever be perfect. Not for Elon Musk, not for Jeff Bezos, not for you, not for me, not for a single person ever will the conditions be perfect. Ever. So stop being scared of jumping in. Stop being fearful of jumping in, getting your toes wet, and just go. Get after it. I mean, if you follow me on social media, I say that a lot. If you have a goal, if you have a dream, get after it. What did you do today to get closer to your goal or your success? If it's one thing, if it's 0 things, you're in the wrong. You need to do 5 to 10 or more things every single day, daily, to get to your goal. If you're not doing that, then you're not going to get anywhere. 5 years from now, you're going to be doing the same fucking thing you're doing today. And if you're happy with what you're doing right now, then don't switch it up. Don't do shit. But if you envision yourself somewhere else in a few years and you want to get there, you need to be doing multiple things daily to get there. In terms of mental health, like reading, meditating, visualizing, manifesting. Health-wise, are you working out? Are you conditioning? Are you eating healthy? Are you dieting? Are you taking care of your body? And in terms of business relationships or like relationships with people, are you a good human being? Do you give back to your community? Do you network? Do you meet people to where like, oh, I want to start an app? Well, if you just sit in your house and don't do shit all day and just go to your job and back, you're never going to bump into somebody out there who's a coder, who can build your app for you, who can be a venture partner for you. You need to be part of your community. Join a Facebook group. Get on Clubhouse. I would recommend Clubhouse. I've met so many people. Every single person who's been on my podcast, I met through Clubhouse. I never knew who they were until Clubhouse. So that's like the best networking app there is Clubhouse. I would highly recommend hopping on it. You have to be invited to it. You can't just join. So I'll leave a link down below. I think I have like 5 invites, so I can invite you to Clubhouse so you can hop on it. But like, there's so many things you need to do, guys. And I feel like everybody right now is in this lazy mentality because we've been in quarantine and we haven't been doing anything. And it's time to snap out of it, guys. It's time to wake the fuck up and get after your dreams. Because I guarantee you, in 20 years from now, you don't want to be waking up to your 7 o'clock alarm to get ready, make a cup of coffee, take a shower, and drive to work, sit there for fucking 8 hours, and hate your life, drive back home just to eat dinner, and repeat the whole thing for the next 5 days and for the next 30 years of your life. I know I don't want to be doing that. And if you're watching this, I know you don't want to be doing that either. So stop being scared. Stop caring what people think of you. Start believing in yourself. Start bettering yourself and get out there and do something or multiple things each and every single day to where you can get closer to your goal. And if you don't leave here with anything today, leave here with that. Because if you leave here with that and you actually apply that to your day-to-day life, I guarantee you, you will be better off than where you are right now. Seriously. And if you guys liked anything I said or agreed with anything or got anything from this content, please leave a thumbs up. Share with somebody who's just lacking motivation. Even if it's your parents, guys, I am constantly on my parents' ass all the time. They've been working factory jobs for 30 plus years. It bothers me. I want them to do better. So, like, even if it's your parents, guys, share with a friend, share with a sibling, share with your parents, and subscribe. If you enjoyed the content, I would really appreciate you guys just sharing. Until next time, guys, get after it.